I made my pricing public on my website, and here's what happened. Number one, I don't know why I'm over here. I usually use my body to hide so I don't have to clean up. Number one, I booked pretty much the exact same amount of work, which was surprising. I thought I would book less because less leads were definitely coming in this year, but the leads that were coming in were very, very qualified. Number two, way less emails between the inquiry and booking. I would say it's 1 to 2 emails and maybe a call. I would say half my couples, I'm gonna say 60% of my couples did a meeting, and 40% of them were just let's book it, we trust you. Now that does not come, if you're your first year in business, I've been around for a while, I make lots of video content. People do know that I exist on the internet, but that is one thing that I did notice. Next up, the couples that I do attract are so chill, that they're the type of couples that come to a website, they see a price, they see a calendar, and they're like, we like you, we'd like to book you. And they're that chill at the beginning, which means they're chill the entire year. And shout out to all my couples, because we just don't clog up each other's email inboxes. We understand the amount of communication that needs to happen, and we do that. We don't overdo it. We don't ask questions that we don't need to ask. We don't need to communicate for no reason. It's a great relationship. We have a nice time together, but we don't need to over communicate. Now you might be like, but I want to be friends with all my couples. And you can be if you want. In the early stages, I would say that I'm still at least Instagram friends, where we communicate every now and then with a lot of my couples from the first couple of years of my business, especially my ideal couples. However, when you get into a volume-based wedding photography business, you're shooting 40, 50 weddings a year, it is very difficult to maintain 100 new friends per every year. It's just not gonna happen. So some people, they're not hiring you to be friends, and that's fine. They like you, they like your work, they like the way that you think about photography, which should be in your promotional video that I talked about all this month. Make one. Most importantly, they think that you're gonna fit in on their wedding day, that you're not gonna be embarrassing, that you're not gonna show up wearing, I don't know, I don't wanna single anyone out, but don't wear Crocs to a wedding. That might be frowned upon by the older generation of people that are there. What that means is that even if you're not an embarrassment to the younger people there, when the parents and the family are all kind of like, what's going on with this? This is a bit weird. All of a sudden that shame, that weirdness comes back in the couple. They don't want that. They want someone to show up. You don't gotta go over and above with your dress. You don't gotta, John Branch wears a suit to every wedding. He wears a nice suit. It's limber. And you can bounce. Are we back focused here? Are we okay? I'm not saying that you have to wear every single wedding. You don't gotta wear a suit. You don't gotta be exactly like John Branch. You can be a little bit like John Branch. He's a nice man. You should embody some of him. However, you don't gotta wear the suit. Nice dress shirt, depending on the event. Nice dress shirt, dress pants, nice dress shoes. People are gonna feel pretty happy about you. Another interesting thing on having my prices listed is how fast people they book. That it's not I don't know, some of my couples used to be like, it'd be 3 weeks, they'd send me an email, it'd be kind of back and forth. They'd be like, we wanna book, let us know if someone else is gonna inquire for our date. And then eventually it would happen, they'd get the contract. Now it's just pretty simple, that here's the website, here's the booking request, you get paid so much faster, even for the final payment. So I do 50% up front to secure the date, 50% usually 2 weeks before the wedding. That payment goes through super fast as well. Now I have the data on it. When I talked about this back in January, I didn't really have the data because I hadn't run a full season with this style, with my pricing on my website for forever. My pricing was locked down, which meant that there was a starting rate that it was like, hey, inquire for more for my price guide. And I think that is still potentially right for a few people. I would say, at least in terms of my business, it wasn't wrong. It was just a different way to run my business. This is a bit of a happier result. I get to, I don't know, have more time. I don't have as many emails anymore, which I appreciate. I'm sure my couples appreciate that as well. And it's something that has added a sense of calm to me and my business, which is nice. And if you're interested in getting a website that looks similar to mine, actually, if you sign up for if you've already signed up for Book More Weddings 2023, you actually get a free Focal creator plan. So you get the sign up fee that's covered. That's $0. You get that. Your website gets set up. You do have to pay the monthly. So that includes your galleries. That includes your back-end booking system. They have contracts on there. They have all kinds of stuff. And it also gets your packages up and running as well. You can try it, see if it's for you. If it's not, that's totally cool. January, actually end of January, all of February has now turned into my booking time. It used to be first 2 weeks of January, I would just get slammed with inquiries that everyone just was racing to book weddings. Now I find that it's a little bit more of kind of end of January, February. That is my main booking season. So if you've ever wanted to split test anything, it's kind of the best time to do that because you're actually getting couples coming to your website. So if you make changes, you can actually kind of see those changes in more real time. I know it's so impossible to split test anything for a wedding photography website because everything is so random, but I would say now is probably the time to do it if you are interested. Also, final shout out here to Book More Weddings 2023. It closes January 20th. So you got to get it in before January 20th if you want to get this course. Otherwise, it's closed until March 1st. If you get in before January 20th, you get all kinds of, you get a discount, you get a ton of stuff. There's two options. One option is you get the package, the bundle deal, just a one-time buy, that's it. It comes with a lot of stuff. Very, very incredible deal. And the second deal that is even more of an incredible deal, for $20 more, you actually get access to everything that I've made, including all of the ongoing content, including the members only Facebook group, and just honestly, so much content. It is by far the best deal. I would say in terms of looking at other offers out there right now, in terms of wedding photography courses that will potentially have similar results, you're probably gonna be paying about $3,000 for that, all in. Whereas this is so much less expensive. I want this to get out there. I want people to start running a business. It's just done so many happy things for my life that when I found wedding photography, it was a struggle for a long, long time. I didn't know if I was doing things right. I would experiment. Some things would book me weddings, but maybe they shouldn't have. And then I priced my first destination wedding so wrong. And I am so surprised that it booked. I'm so happy and grateful that they booked, but I did it wrong. And through all of that, I figured out what works, figured out what doesn't work, and it doesn't make me happy in the business. I've outsourced that, or I've gotten rid of that completely. And in terms of albums, and I know albums, they can generate lots of revenue. You can do those extra page sales, you can get paid. I didn't love the November design time and the back and forth and email. So I was like, I'm just not gonna do albums. If my couples really want me to, I'll do them, but it's not something that I'm offering. I know I'm losing money for it. But in terms of life happiness and all those tiny little edits coming in and people racing to get them done before the holidays, that just becomes my problem. As soon as I'm kind of in my off season, that first week in November, I'm like, yes, done my last wedding of the year, time to go to, it's literally Japan. Every year we go to Japan as soon as the wedding season is done, because I love it there. It's a beautiful refresh of your mind. You live on the opposite time zone to here, so you get no notifications on your phone. You walk around all day, you explore, it's quiet, it's peaceful. It's like a weird meditation. But when I was offering albums, I would go to sleep, and you sleep during the daytime here, and then you wake up and you're slammed with a bunch of just all this crap that you got to do. I didn't love that, so I got rid of albums, and now my life is happier. Again, that doesn't mean that that's right or wrong for you. This is my perspective on my business and what's made me happy. And you don't have to emulate every single part of that. So build your own business and build what makes you happy. But I will say that wedding photography in general has just been an amazing journey. It's brought me all around the world. I get to meet all kinds of cool people, do all kinds of cool stuff. Now I'm here talking on the internet to you. January 20th, last day it's available, and you get a discount and you get all the stuff. So head on over there, check it out. I'll see you again on another time.